Okay, so now we have 3 classes with virtual members, and we want to go ahead and create concrete implementations of these particular these particular classes and pass them into our computer object.
Now,
so that our
the
computer object
terminology that Nelson is using right now is extremely important in your journey to learn object-oriented programming. The concrete. If you don't mind, Nelson, explain what you mean when you say the concrete.
Well, as of right now, these are technically concrete classes because they're not abstract, but what I mean conceptually is the concrete classes, which are the real classes that are in charge of performing behavior, not the classes that are more abstract or virtual in nature, but the concrete implementation or the real implementation of a particular given object. Okay, so each one of these has these 3 things, and then we're going to have a public void run. And when we run our computer, the first thing we want to do is compute something. Then we want to render something. And then we want to do stuff with our motherboard. So very straightforward. So now let's go ahead and create implementations of each one of these classes. So I'm going to start with an NVIDIA graphics card. And it's going to have a public NVIDIA constructor that takes in series. Now it's going to override the render method, and when it renders, it's going to say so then we have our graphics card. Let's give it a CPU. Let's call this an Intel CPU. And we might have a few different parameters to our constructor. You might have, like int cores, string series.
You just better have an ATI that says it's better than NVIDIA.
Nope.
Because this is being recorded. You get someone from ATI's legal department seeing this. So actually...
Okay, so now we have our CPU and our graphics card. Let's go ahead and do our ASUS motherboard. And it'll have a series, and I don't know, let's top, whatever. Maybe we can throw on private string CPU socket or something. What am I thinking about? That's not ATI anymore. That is AMD.
That's true.
And then we'll have our public override do stuff method that says doing stuff with ASUS Mobo CPU socket. Okay, so now we have 3 concrete implementations of our graphics card, CPU, and motherboard.